Hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I'm the Custard Prophet and we're back here with our Tennis Manager 23 save, and we're back here with Crusty Bun in the 2028 season. We did say this might be the last season we do if we don't see any uptick in form. Well, Crusty must have heard us, because he has certainly improved in form and coming back here for a semi-final in a Masters 1000 event. So it's massive, it's absolutely massive, and he's had an amazing victory as well in the run-up. Yeah, so this is where we are with our three musketeers. Crusty is doing really well. He's got his form back, he's got his morale back. Billy Blades is struggling, unfortunately. He's got himself yet another injury. I think he was injured in the last episode, and you've probably remember he's had a lot of injuries this season. Not sure why this is the case. Maybe it's down to him, maybe it's down to poor medical personnel that we've got with him, but he's spent a lot of his time on the treatment table, and unfortunately this kind of means his contract's running out and he's not really keen to sign a new one, which is a bit gutting. Mark Saban, on the other hand, doing really nicely, up to 177th. So I mean, it looks like Billy Blades may decide to leave, but we will push Mark Saban into our number 2 spot, and we'll bring someone new in if that's the case, and we'll let Billy go. That's what we're like. Infrastructure-wise, we have made one considerable purchase. We have upgraded our psychology department for a fair amount of money. I think it was £300,000 to £400,000. We've still got over £160,000 in the bank, so that's pretty good. It's going to take us pretty much half a year to complete this building, but what it will do is it will bring some more money into the academy, but it also reduces our injury duration by around 2%, I think. So that's pretty good. It feels like that's not a lot, but I mean, I guess it must be a reasonable amount. So happy with all of that, and it made sense to try and get a little bit more in and also upgrade our medical centre. So that's going to be a real positive for us. So this was Crusty's last tournament. Did pretty well, as you can see. He got all the way to a final in this MTL 125. He probably should have won the thing. Round of 32 against Filip Kranijevic, 6-1, 6-1, 195th in the world. Old foe Yao Fonseca, 6-3, 6-3 victory. We're pleased with that. Jordan Thompson next on the chopping block, comfortably defeated, and 100th ranked Antoine Guibaudo also beaten easily. The only other player who was ranked anywhere near Crusty in the rankings was Riley Alpeca, and in the end this was a ridiculous game that went to a tie-break in each match, and yeah, we didn't quite get it done. Won the first tie-break but lost the second 2 tie-breaks, so it was pretty good. The Orleans Championship in France, we got 75 points out of that and got some nice money in the bank. Continued to be ranked 16th in the world. But here we are in the Shanghai Masters, and we've done incredibly well. Really tough opening draw against Nick Kyrgios, 27th in the world. Went through 7-6, 7-6 in that match, which was, I thought, a real positive victory against one of the hardest opponents we could have got. Hugo Humbert of France next up, beat him 6-3, 6-love, and that set us up with a tie against Jannik Sinner in the round of 16, and we beat him quite comfortably, 6-4, 6-3. We've played him 5 times before and never taken a set off him, so to win in straight sets against him was a real positive thing. Into the quarterfinals, we then played Casper Ruud, and look how easily we dispatched Casper Ruud, 6-2, 6-2. So we find ourselves in the semi-finals here, playing Daniel Medvedev, and yes, we played him a few times and not managed to beat him. And if we get through that, and it's a big if, we will play 8th seed Stefan Tsitsipas, who won 6-love, 6-3 against the world number 1 Lorenzo Musetti. So it doesn't get any easier, does it? But so pleased to get into this position. We know at this point we are going to be getting 360 points, so we will be heading up the rankings. I think that's a guarantee, and we're getting a decent amount of money for coming here, £261,000. So all in all, it's very positive out here in China. Right, folks, let's dive in. Let's see if we can play this match and get something out of it. So we have actually beaten him. I don't remember beating him, but there we go. We beat him in the World Group Stages finals in New Caledonia. It was a round-robin match. I do not remember that at all, but 7-6, 7-6. This year, was it last year? No, it's this year. I'm going to have to try and figure out when that was. Oh, yes, that's just happened, hasn't it? That was in the Davis Cup. Yes, there we go. It was in the Davis Cup. So we've only just seen that in the last episode. So you'll remember that. I just don't. But lost to him in 3 sets in Mexico. Lost in straight sets in Barcelona on hard court. But we're going to go here. I think this is a hard court match. So he's got a 2-1 victory over us, but can we take something over him? I'm just going to set this up because we've been doing a few very specific things that have been working quite well. Well, there we go. One of the things that we're trying to do is stand forward in our rallies. I feel we've been far too defensive in the way we've been working. And I did notice that when we brought in some of the other players, their default tactics were standing a lot closer into the baseline. So I think it just means we're a bit more aggressive. We get the ball a bit quicker and we put the pressure on a bit quicker. So it has been working against some of these better players. We've not made as many mistakes as well, which is kind of nice. But obviously when you're constantly playing the very, very top players, it doesn't take much to lose a match. So let's dive in. Let's see how we do here. Right, we've upped his emotion because he was good across the board. He now is thrilled. He was thrilled before. So let's see what we can do against Medvedev. Could we pull out a surprise victory here against the Russian? Well, we're 2-1 up and 15-40 up in this first set. And that's a big old return from Crusty. Absolute put the pressure on. I don't think he's going to come into the net too much as far as I remember. But we're just trying to get Crusty to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more powerful, and be on the front foot. And, if he misses a few like that, it's not the end of the world. But if he wins more than he loses, I think that's fine. Loses that first break opportunity, but he's got another one here. And that's a terrible... He should have been able to put that down the line. That is a mistake and a chance missed. Crusty really is putting the pressure on him. He was 30 love up, or love 30 up in the last game, didn't quite make it. And now he's 30-40 up in this game, or 30-40-15 up, or 15-40 up, but he's lost the first one. He's having a few opportunities. He just needs to make sure he doesn't make a mistake here. That's a lovely shot from Medvedev. And he's holding his own, but just about creaking away, it seems. And Crusty does have a break opportunity at 15-40 and 6-5 up. It's a very, very solid opening set from Crusty. The only thing he hasn't done is win the crucial points for the break. He's given up a few of them. Oh, that's lovely. And why did he go central with that? Crusty takes the first set, and it was a really well played first set. We'll have a look at the stats there. 53% of the points won from Crusty, getting a good percentage of his service points won, 73% there, and 38% of the return points. So he's really putting the pressure on both serve and return. Right, let's dive into set number 2. Can Crusty follow this up with another decent set of tennis? Well, we're 4-3 up, and it's a tighter set, it feels, but Crusty does have his chance here. As I said, it only is going to take one decent bit of play or a mistake from Medvedev at one of these key points for Crusty to really put the pressure on. Medvedev going wide, using all the angles. Oh, very nicely done. And he He's done brilliantly to hold these at these key times. But it's 4-3 and an advantage to Crusty. And what Crusty has not done is managed to follow up a very, very good result, like the one he had against Sinner, with another one in the same tournament. It tends to get one at a time and struggle to sort of get the consistency of results. That's a short one. Oh, just about held on. 4-3. Medvedev is holding on, but it feels like by his fingertips. That's a lovely bit of play, and found the corner of the court there. And Crusty goes along with that, and just too many errors, and that was a simple one. This is his fourth opportunity. Now he's had the chances. You can't keep getting them. And oh, that's beautiful. He's done it. If he needed to take that, otherwise he would be regretting it. So he just needs to hold on now. Can he do it? Well, he's not given up his serve at all. And here we go. Medvedev has put the pressure on when it matters. And Crusty has crumbled. It's 5-4. Break back. But he has got a match point. 15-40. Pulled it straight back on the other one. I feel that is purely the pressure. Oh, that's a lovely hit. Medvedev does well. Oh, it's lovely. He's taken it. 7-5, 6-4. I feel he did deserve it. Well done, Crusty, getting through a massively important, impressive match. 53% of points won. But that second set, I think it was tight. No, it wasn't. That was 53%. It was 53% in the first one. But didn't quite win the first serves or the service points quite as much. But he was actually stronger on the returns. But as was Medvedev. So Crusty is in the final. Massive, massive result, because it's a massive increase in points and money that you get for qualifying for the final. So we know we're playing Tsitsipas. I don't think we have ever played him before and beaten him. He is world number 8. We are world number 16. We know we are going to be getting 600 points. This is definitely going to push us to a really good position. And we are going to be getting 396,000, but wouldn't it be awesome to get that top prize? Stefanos Tsitsipas has played us 5 times, beaten us 5 times. Most recently, we had a really tight game with him in the Cinch Championships on grass in the quarterfinals. In the end, he got through us in 3 sets, but it was tight as heck. We've had a few tussles with him, which have been relatively close, but we've also had some where we have just completely wilted. For example, the National Bank Open in Canada lost 6-2, 6-4 on hard court against Tsitsipas. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to set it up in exactly the same way, and we'll see what we come out with. Right, it is all set up. We've upped his confidence there. I was hoping to up his motivation. Normally when you're talking about beating them previously, actually that was the motivation. You played your best in the last match. I expect the same to get. No, maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. Right, folks. Are we going to have enough to make this competitive? We've done competitive against him before. We need to try again, and hard. Well, positive start from Crusty. 30-40 up. 2-1 up. And Tsitsipas is already being put under a little bit of pressure. And that's what we like to see. Well, we are 6-all into a tie-break, and it is so even. We are 86% of our serves we're winning. He's got 87%. No one is getting anything on anything. The 88% first serve points won. So we're getting the vast majority of first serves in. So is he. Not really missing anything. So I think we just need to be a bit more creative on his return. So we might just have a little look at that, see if there's something we can do on the return of serve. Maybe be a little bit more risky on the first serve return, and we'll go a little bit more aggressive on the second serve. We'll just see whether we can get anything more out of that. So let's dive into the playoffs, and we'll see whether we can put some pressure on him. Unfortunately, it is Tsitsipas who has the advantage here, and has done what needs to be done, has won that first set 7-6. So there was very little in it. We did have a break, but he wins it on the playoffs, on the tie break, not the playoffs. We'll see what we can do in set number 2 here. Well, an early opportunity here for Crusty, 30-40 on the Greek's serve. Is there a chance to put the pressure on, put the boot in, and force him into a mistake and giving up an early break? And that's a lovely shot down the line. At 1-1, it is now 15-40. Crusty really is trying to pressure him to make sure that he gets this to a third set, and he has got that break. We are 2-1 up. Well, it was absolutely all Crusty on his own serve since then. Not really had any pressure on us, and we're 40-love up, 40-15 up now at 5-4. So it looks like we might be going into a third set, and what a return that is. And no time to do it, but he's got it to a third set, and we've got a chance here. We've got a chance to take a win at the highest level Crusty's ever managed to take a win. This would be an epic thing if he managed to do it. Let's see how we do. Well, it's 1-1, 30-40 to Crusty. Early break opportunity. Been a few more points given up on folks' serves. Both playing in exactly the same clothes. You can see Tsitsipas. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Finds the line, and he's just about held on to a deuce score. But it's another advantage. Come on, Crusty. Let's take a break. Give ourselves a chance. Is it me, or are the linesmen really small? The umpires at the back really, really tiny. Back to deuce. Another opportunity. Crusty, desperate to do this. He's never won anything like this before. Chance here. Oh, what a dreadful volley. It was so easy to put that one away. He's getting the opportunities, he's just not getting it done. That's a nice return there. He's going to be on to this one. He doesn't quite get it in though. Back to deuce. And it is 3-2 to Tsitsipas, but Crusty's had his first poor game in probably this tournament on his serve, and he's given up his serve 4-2 from absolutely nowhere. And it is 5-3, and that is so crucial. He's had one poor service game pretty much in the last... Oh dear. There we go. In the last 2 matches, one poor service game, and that's all it took. That's what the level's like. And the Greek lads, he gets himself another victory. But Crusty has... I mean, he's played hard. He's left everything out on the court, I think. And he certainly is going to be interesting to see what that's done to his ranking. Let me know what you thought about that performance. I think it's quite exceptional from Crusty. But another final, and just not quite enough. And there we see, well, Crusty, in fact, there's improvements to Billy Blade's ranking, even though he's injured. We can see Mark Saban going up a little bit, but Crusty, most importantly, has risen up to 13th in the ranking after that fantastic performance. So, yeah, you've got to say I'm pleased about that. We also see we've upped his tactical skills there from last week, so he's almost there at 16, so that's one of the things that we are trying to work on. Right, folks, let's have a look at what comes up next. Another really impressive performance from Crusty. He is going to be playing in the European Open next up, a ATP 250 event. He's then got an ATP 500 event, and then the Paris Open is what he's finishing the season off with before he gets to the promising finals. We'll probably come back for the Paris Open. Crusty's already won the promising finals. I'm not sure who qualifies for that. I don't think we find out just yet, but we will do. Hope you enjoyed that. You can see Crusty's now up to over 200,000 in the bank, so that's good. Maybe we can look to get something else relatively soon, although I think he's going to have to win stuff to make that happen. But if you did enjoy the episode, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you very shortly. Goodbye.